Wandering Winder here doing some more ladder commentary since that seemed to be popular. Just get a quick look at the kingdom here. Um, okay. That is loud in my ears in a way that I don't normally note when I thing and brain and function, work, call, talk. Yeah. Um, Town seems fine. I guess what you would want is 3-4 here, maybe 2-5. I don't know. Displace is probably good. It's pretty enticing to draw there. Interesting. I guess if you would have taken the plus buy, you could have gone for double fisherman or fisherman town. But border village displace is probably better. Um, yeah. So J nails here on the bottom. Gonna take another town here, I expect. Could take a carpenter, I suppose. This is... yeah. Goes for town. So here I think I would not draw. I would just go, oh, you can't do double fisherman. What was I saying? Double fisherman? That doesn't work at all. Seller better than nothing. Not entirely clear to me. Okay, J Nails thinks yes. This is going to be Border Village, and could it be another displace? Goes for a skirmisher. Okay. I think I like the second displace. I don't think I would go for a third. But two are going to help me thin out enough that I think I would go for that. I think I'm not so high on the seller here, but yeah, there's no draw available, and so thinning seems pretty important, and displace kind of sort of thins. I guess part of the reason I don't like the seller is actually also for that reason, right? Because, and here I would take, I think, Fisherman over Town. Yeah. Because you're likely to want to displace coppers, and there's a decent chance that those coppers are going to turn into, like you'd like to turn them into fishermen, but there's a decent chance you're going to have to turn them into sellers, and that's not so great. So okay, this is probably another border village, and okay. Yeah, I mean drawing on looks better to me as well, but and this is fine. So this is going to be a skirmisher this way, sure. This is probably a little bit worse, honestly, but I mean you're going to take it. So now you're going to turn these two into sellers both, but that's not like this is part of the reason I don't like the seller. Part of the reason is also you're taking an estate. Over the third seller, maybe. Um, but right, part of the reason is once you play your seller and discard some stuff, the fishermen aren't going to be available. Skirmisher probably reasonably good here because you can keep attacking with it, and there's even rogues to keep attacking with it. I don't know that the colony is actually going to come into play here, but we'll see. Um, this looks like a strange order to me. You might as well go in a different order. Um, yeah, I would not be surprised to see this game end on like provinces. Or it could well three pile on like border villages, skirmishers, and whatever else. This could be probably doesn't really all that really matters here in terms of discards is that you keep the displace in hand and that you keep whatever you want to displace, which yeah, I think should be a state. You can turn into a town here. Town, I guess, is the most likely third pile to empty. So that's what we're going to be looking into. Play the skirmisher. So here, I think it would have displaced into a fisherman before moving on, but goes for a farming village. Interesting. I think I would have just continued to take towns, but I suppose the difference is fairly small, and you do have a couple of estates to skip over, and you might have some provinces that it's not clear whether you actually want to draw them or not. So I could see going for farming village. It's not like you're going to use the plus buys on this all that often. Yeah, I don't know. So silver into skirmisher makes sense, and then buy a village. You could also buy a carpenter. I think carpenter is a reasonable card here. It's not a great card though. It is a stop card, so yeah, I could see not taking it as well. Fisherman, the skirmisher. Ooh. See, I think I would have played the skirmisher so I could pick up a fisherman. I guess you get to buy a fisherman anyway. Yeah, maybe this is fine. Maybe it's even better. Um, play the fisherman. I think you play on here because you'd really like to displace the estate. Yeah, and there's just not a reason to play the displace before the town. Again, I guess it doesn't really matter. I assume you're going to take a skirmisher here. Skirmisher seems better than rogue to me. It's not a stop card. And getting the attack in off a skirmisher, plus having more skirmishers makes it more likely that gaining a thing later will be an attack. Yeah, let's see if this goes into cellar or estate. This one goes into cellar again. Surprising. So after you... If the estate was good here, then why wasn't it better still compared to this? Like, you're even thinner now. The cellar seems even worse. Maybe the estate is worse? I don't know. I'm not going to read too much into this. This goes into a fisherman, and you buy a skirmisher. And I think that the fisherman is better than the border village. I guess the fisherman is better than border village plus copper. That's pretty for sure. So yeah, I think we draw on here. Keep going. We only hit 4. Yeah. It's not clear to me that Cellar is actually a better card than Copper. And actually, now that you have some farming villages, I really like, I think, Estate more than the third Copper, but I suppose that's neither here nor there. So you could start, you're going to play the Skirmisher. You could take money, money, money here. I mean, maybe this is better. Maybe it makes more sense. This is going to be Copper into Fisherman. You going to draw on, or are you going to take a province now? Or I guess you could take Border Village and something and whatever, but okay. You're going to draw on, still get to be able to afford province, but you're going to keep attacking instead, which makes sense. And discarding the sellers makes sense. Okay. At what point do you think about displacing the card that you've drawn? I guess now. This could be displace the displace, get a border village and the skirmisher. Now you're down to 1 displace. You will probably want more of them. Carpenter also now switches modes. It is a remodel. It is a remodel now, right? Yeah. So it's just remodel now. Worth keeping that in mind. So Siba could be thinking about displacing border village into province here. You could keep attacking if you take rogues. So, okay, this is going to be copper into fishermen if you're going to play it. And now you really ought to be worried about the piles being so low and the game ending. See, I think I'd be playing these border villages later in the turn because I may want to displace one into a province. Obviously, I'm going to keep play it rather than not, and you pitch all 4 of these here. also think I'd be playing some of these other cantrips in a different order, but it probably doesn't matter. So we know that the last card here is... Yes, we want to Cellar the Cellar, I think. We know that the last card is the Displace. Okay, so we displaced... Oh, the Cellar into a farming village. Okay, I guess that's a reason to do this instead. Here we're continuing to lower pi. Is that not incredibly dangerous? Siba can win here if they can get at 2 border villages, which admittedly is not so easy because you got to get a lot of your cantrips in off a 3-card hand. But so play the skirmisher now, play the skirmisher now, play the skirmisher now. We're getting close. Play the fisherman now. Wait, wait, no, it was there. You didn't play the fisherman. This still wins though. If you didn't play the fisherman, you displaced the fisherman into border village. No, this is a win. This is a win, my friend. You displace the thing in a border village, you gain a duchy, you buy a border village, you gain the town, the game is over, you win the game. So this is why I don't like what J-Nails did last turn at all. Again, here you stop and buy a province, right? But, yeah, a missed win here from Siba. Oh, friend. So sad. Certainly you've got to be buying province now, I would have to think. Yes, indeed. Okay. Again, I don't want to be playing my border village first here because I want to be displacing one into a province, I think. But not in J-Nail's opinion. J-Nail's apparently is not going for that. Okay. That's interesting. Trashes a skirmisher, which means that the rogue being played next time is going to be an attack of itself. Buys a province, yeah. Same win now for Siba is still available if they can get to their other displays here. Or just enough money to have 12 and 2 buys. Why would you play the town first? Anyway, cantrip order matters. This is a win. Do they see it? I mean, they didn't see it before, so I'm kind of not expecting. This is very much a win. It could also be a colony. I'm not quite sure. Like, Siba just kind of seems ahead. I'm not quite sure why. They have more, I guess they got more skirmishers. J-Nails hit 4 a few turns there. I want to blame the sellers. You don't have sellers, it's hard to, well, it could just be that there's a little bit of snowball, and there's definitely some draw luck in that. But hitting 5 and then hitting 5, and I guess that can kind of snowball, right? You hit 5 so you can get the skirmisher and attack, which makes it harder for you to hit 5, which makes it harder to attack you, which allows you to keep hitting 5, etc. So there could be a bit of a snowball effect there. Yeah, win is always going to be available this turn until you play your displace and don't take a border village off it. We'll see what Siba chooses to do here. And plays the border village. Yeah, I would think you would want to turn that into province. What did you discard to the attack here? We haven't discarded anything. So the last card is province, and then there's a displace. Why is there a copper there? Oh, because you cellared away. Wait, there you've cellared something. 2 coppers. So there's a province on top of your deck. I think you don't want to trigger this shuffle. I think you don't want to trigger it because I'm not 100% sure about that. But actually, you're still going to have a win if you play the displace now, if you displace the province, because you have 12 and 2 buys. I assume Siva is just not looking at the piles. Um, yeah, if I ever get around to making that endgame series, Border Village is a card to watch out for because it often leads to faster pile outs because it can empty 2 piles at once, much in the same way that ill-gotten gains can. I say much in the same way. They're actually kind of different, but there's some amount of similarity to them. Uh, yeah, I mean, anything that takes you to border villages, gaining town and duchy wins here. Anything else is obviously a lot worse, but a lot of other stuff should still be plenty good enough to win. If you displace the province into anything reasonable and take a colony, then you're in good shape, I think. Okay, here we go. Province into could go platinum, could be border village, could be gold, could be duchy. Goes for border village. Okay. Are we going to get there? Oh, we're drawing. I mean, this still wins. Just take the border village in a duchy. Border village duchy. This is probably, I'm expecting fisherman colony here. But yeah, you hate to see it. And then I want to play skirmishers next. I want to leave a border village in hand. I don't. Every time. So we get an attack in here. You discard the coppers, which is actually not so bad, which is the reason why I wasn't sure whether triggering was actually good or not. Um, I mean, I think Siba is ahead in the long game. It's just not quite so clear to me. Again, I don't want to. I should stop railing on this, but I don't want to play the border village first. Um, this could be the way that. I mean, at any moment you can displace the displace into a border village and just win the game. But apart from that, this could be bad. Because now, if you don't do so much, then J Nails is going to have the opportunity to take a border village. Okay, so this goes into. I mean, border village is the best, but I'm going to expect more likely a province here. Yeah. And then you're going to buy what? A cellar? Cellar seems real bad. Cellar is especially bad against getting attacked, which I guess is not super likely to happen this turn. J Nails now wins on colony plus border village. Which seems real hard to get at. Um, this is displace border village into province by a duchy, which should still be losing to any border village gain, but it's unlikely. It's looking like that's not going to be something that gets seen now. Okay, doesn't go for that. Keeps playing on instead. The rogue attack. I mean, eventually, if the game goes super long, the rogue will tell. And the game could go super long here. Um, a fisherman goes. Okay. I assume this is a state into probably farming village. Yeah. And buys a rogue for the attack. Um, so if I'm Siba here, I'm keeping. Yeah, probably these three are better than keeping any village. Well, what do you need a village for, right? So you keep playing these. You play a border village because you're not gonna be able to displace two, but you still got to keep one in hand. You play the skirmisher. So this is a good ordering. I like how Siba has been playing this turn. I mean, apart from the obviously, I don't expect them to be taking border village again, which would win. So they're going fishermen. Oh, they see the pile out on fishermen. Now they see it on border village. Maybe they just didn't realize this is three piles and needed four. I don't know, but they saw it in the end. That's what counts. The extra skirmishers and maybe the extra attacks, I guess, were the big difference. I think. Okay, let's have a quick look at this board. Great. So, uh, this is the throne room that can gain a thing. This is a thing that can get you a lot of buys. This gets you what extra favors, and this one is the trash. Ooh, okay. So you probably go potion Sycophant here. I don't like Sycophant in general, but um oh, I was gonna say it trashes two cards here, which it will. On the other hand, you could maybe go for develop instead of that. Of course, you have to play the develop. In the Sycophant, you get the trashes faster. So I think that's the way I'd go. The discard might also have some effect for keeping heroes around, or just if you get a lot of draw. What I'm expecting here is to take a bunch of heroes. Specialist can gain universities, which is nice. But, so J Nails is opening Sycophant on the 4. Interesting. So here's, yeah, okay. Let's see what his plan is after that. Oh, I guess his plan was he just wanted to trash the estate on turn 2, and now he's going to be able to continue trashing stuff, although I'm really not the huge fan of the second Sycophant, but maybe. Now he's going to take a potion? Yeah. Okay, so there's some logic here. Now you can trash one of the Sycophants, which I think I would be in for. I think I'd be in for. Buy a university and start going to town. Whoa! Would you preferentially trash the Sycophant over an estate? Yeah, maybe. It's a pretty bad card to have. I think you got to be taking Tragic Heroes here. You can get a lot of buys off Galleria, but it just doesn't. What does that really do for you? Gains Tragic Hero, trashes 2 coppers. Yeah, okay. So scheme. Surely you play the scheme. You trash an estate and a copper, and you buy a university. Yeah, this has got to be one of the better combinaciones for Sycophant. I assume these universities just want to keep getting heroes for a bit. Specialist, and maybe specialist after the second hero, but I think you want the second hero first. That that sentence makes logical. Okay. Instead goes for more trashing. Maybe that's good. I mean, you get the effect right away is the nice thing, right? You have a lot of universities now. You really need more draw, but you can get more draw here, right? You gain a hero, then play a hero. And Siva is quite thin. I don't hate how this has been played. I don't hate it at all. So I think I want kind of 2 heroes before I get too many specialists. Yeah. Yeah, this all makes sense. Want to keep at least 1 hero ahead of the specialists, I think, and then in the range of 2. But I definitely want another hero here if I'm Siva, as opposed to another specialist. Yeah, okay. And now I'll play the other hero. It won't pop, which is probably what you want. Goes for discarding these coppers. Well, okay. And then I would play the scheme first here, though that's not, there's no problem with what you've done. Actually there is, because you could draw the specialist. So yeah. Yeah, this way you'd much rather do this. And you really want to be getting more heroes here, I think. But the playing of the Sycophant is the first decision I really think at this point is not so good. Yeah, trashing the potion I do like, I think. This seems like too many Sycophants as well. Pile-outs are getting kind of close. But right, you just don't have that much more to you top decked a hero rather than a university. Interesting. You don't have that much more to thin out of your deck, right? You have four favors, and you only have like I guess you have what, like 3 coppers and a couple sycophants, but yeah, this game is getting pretty darn close to being over. So you play the hero now, and okay, you just played the scheme. Not the hugest fan of that. I guess you're going to specialist the hero, and then do you need to draw now? You didn't. Drawing there was pretty bad. You should have taken the. I'm pretty sure it would have been much better to take. Trashes the copper and not the sycophant. Okay, so you're actually looking to do sycophant payload here, which you just don't need to keep the heroes around. You can trash them all and win that turn. You certainly don't need to work for it, I don't think. J-Nail's going ahead and emptying the heroes. Yeah, this could be the end of game. Yeah, this feels like both this turn, well, not so much this turn, but the last turn particularly, I think that you should have thrown the scheme. This is looking pretty bad now for Siba. See what they decide to do. You can play on here if you play the specialist on Sycophant. I guess that doesn't really play on, it just gets 3, but it gains a Sycophant in comparison to just playing the Sycophant, and it loses a money compared to playing the Sycophant and then playing the hero. So yeah, that actually doesn't seem great. Okay. Is going for a line like this. See if they take more money here. They could have taken more money there, but instead they went for this option. Trashing that. Okay, they should know what these last 4 cards are. I have not been tracking well enough. Takes an estate because they're worried about piles. Feels pretty bad, though. They top deck a university, which is probably fine. So do you want to... Oh, you have a villager. Okay. Assume you just grab a gold here. You could have, I guess, thought about grabbing a... I think this wins, right? You can empty specialists. Yeah, you can certainly empty specialists here. You could have also emptied universities. I think you can still do either. Now I don't think you can get universities, so it's got to be specialists. Oh, oh, of course you can double play the thing. I guess J Nails is going for the all of them. It doesn't really matter. Lots of wins here. Pretty bad luck for Siba near the end, but also some decisions which led to it. Oh, going for estates? Okay, I don't know. Just two estates to minimally win on points. Okay. Lots of wins there available for J Nails. Let's look for another game. Who do we want to look at now? Let's see. Steph. Great. Oh, and we get it at the start of the game. So quick look at the kingdom. Okay, no new cards here, but always nice to watch Steph. So I think we're going to do that. Opening Forge. Yeah, opening Forge seems pretty nice. It is a way to trash curses. You could, if you're Lou here, you could open Puka and then march the Puka to trash your one copper that's left. That doesn't actually look good to me, but it's, I suppose, possible. You could also open Guildhall or Puka or just nothing. Hunting Party. Okay. So now you take what? Probably either a moneylender or a silver, maybe a conspirator. You got to try to hit 7, right? Yeah, okay. Hit 7, thin down. Eventually you're going to be heading to a deck that is built around conspirators, I think. With maybe some milling of stuff going on with Forge, but not too much else. Yeah, Steph's opening split looked much stronger here. Trash everything and take a gold. I assume gold is better than Raider because you're going to be able to see it every turn, or at least very close. So the Forge misses here, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not. I mean, if you're Steph, are you really going to complain about that? I don't know that Steph is so far ahead, but probably yes. I don't think you want another Forge. I'd just take another hunting party now, I think. The second Forge I'm not too convinced about. Okay, there's some merit to this as well. Um, you're going to have a decision if you're... Well, either of them are going to have decisions here. I assume Steph's going to take probably a hunting lodge here rather than a hunting party, so that you can actually play everything. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Lou has a hunting grounds. Interesting. You play the hunting grounds here, and now you play the forge for sure. And you forge away everything but the silver and take a province. No, I don't actually think you do that. You forge away the curses and... Okay. This is probably fine. Yeah, this is almost certainly fine. You can take another hunting party now, or Hunting party looks best to me. I could see hunting lodge or conspirator. Yeah, I don't believe in guild hall. I know I mentioned it early, but I don't think that would have been good. I mean, the biggest thing is to get your forge up and running. I actually think that the way that Lou has been playing this has been well given the hand they were dealt. So this is 7 here for Steph. I would like another card besides the hunting lodge to be able to the one hunting lodge to be able to start my handoff because I didn't want this to happen. Um, but maybe you're just not far enough ahead for that, and you have to hope that your 5/6 chance of having the lodge comes through. I assume the hunting grounds is about trashing it with the forge to get some estates, which you can turn into more conspirators or something, or maybe a duchy, which you can then turn into another lodge or something like that. The estates, I guess you can also, you forge 2 of them into a conspirator, and then eventually 1 in the gold or another hunting grounds into province or something like that, something along those lines. Obviously, this has been a bad draw, and this is going to allow Lou to get back in the game. This is somehow not so convincing to me. The way this turn has come in. Aha. Yeah. So you got to play the hunting lodge first, right? Yeah. Okay. So now you do this. You take the copper, and then you can draw it, and then you can buy a province, and probably be ahead. Although it's kind of weird. Like, what did your forge do here? I guess it stopped you from taking another curse. I think I would be going after the province here, though. Yeah. Yeah, seems good. And then you can keep forging down cursed province into province and buying one, or something along those lines. I don't know about this play order exactly. It's probably fine, probably doesn't really matter. Just forge curse and province into province. I think you want to slow the game down if you're Lou. Lou. See, I don't think you want to do this. You just pick up an extra copper for no reason. Um, and, well, I guess the reason would be you're not lowering provinces, but I would want to lower provinces if I'm Lou. So this is going to be, yeah, we'll see whether it's the duchy. It is the duchy. Okay. This is still not. Ooh, and you didn't take the gold, so it's still not 8. I don't. I don't like the position that Steph is in. You got to get more money somehow at some point, right? Another hunting grounds. Okay. I mean, this with this hand is a perfect time to resign. I don't. Something really went wrong there, and I don't. I thought you were ahead, and I didn't think the one turn. I don't know. I guess the hunting grounds are fine enough. I'm not quite sure exactly what went wrong. Let's check in on Lemon's pawn. This is pretty late in this game. Curses are gone. There's still going to be quite a while left. Let's not watch the rest of this. We might come back to Lemon's pawn later. Jump back in for more Steph and Lou. Okay, let's look at this kingdom. Do I want to watch this game? Yeah, we can watch this game. Let's not watch. Let's see if we can just find a different set of players. No new cards, right? Let's check out, I don't know, Puzzle Box. They're pretty late in. Just a little look for a game that's just started. Earl is playing against the bot. That's not so interesting. Orange person. Also against the bot. Our Silverstein. We will probably hop back to. What I'd really like to find is a game that's where the kingdom's not generated. Oh my, this is an ambassador game? How did I not realize that? This is gonna go a long time. There's also like no draw? Normally, King's Court can be draw. Here, there's literally no card that even draws one card, so King's Court is not draw. This board, I mean, I guess you can go for Falconer or Cobbler to try to get thin. You do a little bit of Ambassador early on, but not so much. I don't think I want to be taking a lot of them. Actually, probably not Falconer, right? What you go for is Sculptor and try to flood on silvers and buy some golds while not getting too junked off ambassadors. But I don't think I like two ambassadors because there's no draw. Like, you're not hitting into anything. I guess you could consider cargo ship a tiny bit of draw, and maybe you go for some cargo ships, but I don't know. What a miserable looking board. I can't bring myself to watch this. A third ambassador. Well, I severely suspect that Steph is going to win that game. Is this game any closer to ending? Well, it's closer, but it's not close at all. The curses are all in whatever. What is this one? This is play two favors. Okay. And they're maneuvering around museum stuff. Also with fairgrounds makes you want to get everything. You discard these. Play this. You play. There's a reaction. You play the inn. You discard. Well, you could hit province here, or you could do this instead. I assume Lemon Spawn is the one with the Marquis de Lafayette. No. Caravan Guard. Inn. Discard Curse and Sea Hag. Play Marquis. In Marquis is like not really a combo. Discard the Hags, sure. Discard this junk, sure. Play an Inventor, gain whatever, I don't know. Embargo is points for sure, but I don't know that you need points just yet. You go Province Silver. Going for another Marquis. Okay. Are you going to attack? Take a Skirmisher? You are. Okay. If you don't have a Sea Hag yet, or a Swamp Hag yet, I would have preferred that, but you do, of course. I think I like the Pilferer's position. I mean, it's hard to tell. I don't know what the decks are. We'll come back to that. J Nails is playing again. Great. Playing a solo board. Not so great. Let's just jump around a little bit. This game is only on turn 7. Steph picking up more coppers. They both picked up a couple of things of Bath's points. Steph's going to get some more here and some more here. Steph did. Wait, who had the second ambassador from the start? Ambassador Silver, Ambassador Silver. Steph took the second ambassador on turn 3. I think I'd just be playing with one here. Although it's hard to say. This board is so miserable. I don't think I like Falconer as well as Sculptor, though. And the chance to take silvers and get the villagers, particularly if you have multiple terminals already. But I think that outweighs for me. You could also get Cobbler, you could consider being draw as well, theoretically, kind of like the way that you could consider cargo ship. So they each have 6 path points. You take a silver here. I would take a gold, I think, if I were Steph, that you can consider sculptor. Yeah, the falconer just seems a little bit worse to me than sculptor. Like, how often are you going to get to react it, really? I mean, you could react it here, but there's just not really a reason, right? Oh, like, okay, sure, you got to react it here, but oh, and I think I would have kept a copper to take another silver. I guess for baths reacting it, but I mean the bath points are all gone now. I guess that would be a reason to take falconer, but in general, I mean, I guess the other reason is right if it collides with an ambassador or something. But so we're gonna go cemetery again here as loot, and again, not keeping a copper around to get a silver. I think it's worth doing that. The keeping a copper to get a silver thing. Ghost is not so impressive here, I don't think. Stuff looks to be thinner. Um, wow, ghosting I guess not much thinner. Ghosting a falconer should be real nice. Game seems close. See what Steph decides to do here. Could return an ambassador. It's not a very good card yet at this point. The other hand, yeah, okay, does it. It seems a little bit marginal to do that to me, but probably probably better than not. But I would expect if I were Lou here that I'm just going to take a couple of silvers. Okay, well, it takes 1 silver and the throne room, which I don't like, and province. Wouldn't be surprised to see King's Court instead, but I think it's a lot worse. A lot worse. Sewers seems also bad here, but I guess maybe if you wanted the bath points anyway, it's not going to hurt you to have sewers. It's just how often are you going to gain a cemetery, be able to trash up to 4 cards, and still need to trash a fifth? I suspect never on this board with no draw. Does go for the King's Court. I really don't believe in that. Trash is a silver. Whoa. I don't understand. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I'm really confused by that silver trash. And then the nothing by. So this is going to be a King's Court? But, like, what are you King's Courting? Ambassador? Even if you get that off, I just think you could just. Okay, so I have a couple extra estates. It's not that bad. The King's Court isn't helping you. I mean, I get it if the plan is to pick up cargo ships. Picking up cargo ships seems like pretty good, but man, I just think this is too far out of the way. Wow, really? Okay. Well, you certainly don't take another curse. You pick up like a cargo ship and a silver here, and then your second King's Court play, you can triple play the Ambassador, fling 3 curses at Steph. Maybe this was the plan all along. Um, and then play your cargo ship, buy a province, and set it aside. Although I would suspect you wouldn't do the province thing. You're going to take more King's Courts. This game is really going to be a race to the bottom. But I think in these kinds of games, you're not getting junked that hard. And at some point, like, you just take a bunch of treasures and. Okay, so this could be anything now. for your last gain. You just take a bunch of treasures and buy provinces, and yeah, your opponent's going to be able to junk you, but it's not going to be that effective. Particularly, okay, the curse is a nothing. That's I don't want to gain anything. Certainly send it across, and then buy province. I expect King's Court, but I think the province is a lot better. Um, the the thing is the player who's junking you, because there's no draw here. Okay, Sculptor's not that bad. Sculptor could work out. The player who is junking you, wow, this is not working out well for Steph. The player who's junking you is eventually going to have to take stop cards themselves. I mean, they could just keep thin forever and junk you forever, but you will eventually limp to getting provinces. Um, and once they stop junking you, they're not going to have junked you that much. You're going to be able to get provinces. Particularly with cemeteries here, you're going to be able to trash if they give you like too many curses or whatever. Unless they also empty the cemeteries, at which point you can just win the game by like emptying estates or something. So like they have to make their move to get their stuff, and their deck's not really going to be much better than yours because like if they've been staying thin, they don't have a thick enough deck to be able to withstand taking provinces. So yeah, I really Steph has had really bad draws. I'm going to be fair there, but I also don't like the way that this has been played. I think you do just a little bit of the ambassador stuff. See, I don't like taking the ambassador here either. You do just a little bit of the ambassador stuff, and then just like, yeah, I'm gonna thick my deck up. This is actually, I was gonna say, gives Steph a chance to fling some curses back, and we're just gonna be stuck in the muck here. Goes for another King's Court. Yeah, at every turn here, wait, when did Steph get sewers, and why? Well, I guess it was, that turn he didn't buy silver with the 1 gold where he trashed the silver. He had 3 money. And again, it has to be better than not doing it, but whoa, whoa. I don't understand. I don't understand. Wow. I am so confident. So confident. Oh, this can't be good. It's a curse and a throne room, right? Never have I seen so many curses voluntarily gained. Um, I mean, I've probably seen the pile bought out from 10. I don't know if they've done that yet, but like also if we're doing this, why are we flinging ambassadors at each other? Those things seem incongruous to me. Is that a word? I think it is. But like what's your plan now, Lou? Your plan, I think, should still just be gain a bunch of silvers, start buying provinces. Nice. Ugh. Yeah, I don't. This game is all kinds of confusing to me. So, pick up a silver, pick up a silver, pick up a silver. Well, this is going to trash 4 silvers now. No, we're buying province? We're buying province! The cemeteries are gone now, so like the curse flinging is actually going to do a nothing. Yeah, just return 3 curses here. There'll be one in the supply. That's fine. You don't want it in your deck. You'd rather have it in the supply than in your deck. Surely. Okay, well. apparently not. Doesn't really matter. It's going to end up in your deck anyway after this turn that Steph has. So I suppose it doesn't really matter, but province. Provence, Provence. So they're doing all this now. I think they could have done it 10 turns ago or more and just been far ahead of where they are now. Yeah, you take some junk, but whatever. Okay, so what are you? Think you can throne sculptor, take a throne room and a sure, and then you throne this to take silver and silver, or maybe you're going to take another throne room. You shouldn't take another throne room. I think actually it was better to throne the falconer, so that then when you throne the sculptor, you take silver and silver and keep an extra villager compared to this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We can't. If we take ambassador. No, that's not ending the game. Could we have? If we didn't take silver here, we instead would have taken. No, we don't think so. Wait. If we lead on sculpting ambassador, well, doing either to ambassador, we can then. No. We start by getting a throne room. Then we throne the sculptor or falconer, whichever one we didn't lead with. And then grab what? What are we grabbing? Ambassador and ambassador, and we can fling 2 ambassadors, but we don't have any money. So there would have been 1 left in the pile. So that didn't just win. Great. I think I worked that out, that didn't just win. But yeah, I guess we have to watch out for the ambassador pile out. That's not something you hear, see, say, blah, words, function, whatever. Brain functions, ways, yes, I don't know. Okay. So this is, oh, you took a duchy? I'm not sure about that. So we throne sculptor here, we pick up a silver and an ambassador, right? And then we play the ambassador, flinging 2 curses. And so now Steph can pile out on this turn. But I don't think they can win. They play King's Court twice. Falconer gains an ambassador. Let's say a silver and a silver. Then you triple play ambassador to give, no, that's not going to work. So you give 0, you give the curse. Okay, you want to keep the copper, I guess. So you're going to what? Grab silver, silver. I assume this has got to be mostly silvers and not cargo ships. I guess you could take a throne room. We'll see what you buy here. Because duchy is not too impressive, I don't think. But... So, didn't want to fling an estate. Okay, takes the sculptor. Okay. I assume you've thrown... I mean, you can throw the ambassador or not. Doesn't really matter. You just want to give a curse. Don't return it. No, now you have to reveal something else. And you don't want to give either of these cards. I mean, it's better to give silver than cemetery, but you don't want to give Steph a free silver. I mean, Steph trashed one earlier. Okay, you need to go back further than that. And as I guess another. And no, you really don't want to give this. I guess it actually won't end up mattering. You're very lucky that Steph doesn't have anything to trash in his hand. Oh, I guess you were never gaining one. Never mind. This is fine. Since Steph didn't gain one because there wasn't one left, this is perfectly fine. Um, yeah, being able to gain silvers here is got to be good for Steph. I don't think I would play a cargo ship here because having the province in hand just isn't helping. Just keep the villagers and buy a province. And now, if you're Lou, I don't know. Okay, buys a cargo ship. And Steph. Ugh. Yeah, this is what this board does. Giving a throne room. Okay. So reveal both curses here, please. Yes. Okay, that's a good thing to ghost. That's a good thing to ghost. Um, this is probably going to be a win for Lou. I think. If you take Ambassador, Ambassador. Yeah. You take Ambassador, Ambassador. You throw an Ambassador, reveal Ambassador, reveal Ambassador. You could even throne and do more. Reveal a curse, whatever. But you could also buy the curse. This is a win on ambassadors and curses here. It would be a very easy one to miss, so I won't be surprised if that happens. Looks like it might be happening, though. Yes. I mean, I assume that's what this is about. Okay, don't... Well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter, but yeah, reveal ambassador. No! No! Okay. That was just a misclick. Okay. Good. Sweet. Well played. Well played. I mean, there were tons of things I disagreed with at the end, of course, but overall, I'm going to say well played by Lou. Let's look for... Is this game still going on? No, this is a new one. And we're early. Okay. So, quick look at the kingdom. And we got Way of the Horse. We've got... Ooh, is this a... Oh, this is unrated. This is Topher. I don't know what this is. We've got three things and the new layout. Wondering if this is going to be a standard now. But anyway, student doesn't look particularly good to me, but maybe with enough twos could be fine. Page seems good. The Sea Hag. Sea Hag is hard to know. Which one's this again? Shuffling one card per favor you spend to go on top. Inventor looks great. Inventor looks like the thing to do with sheepdogs, and yeah, that's where you want to be. You get the lackeys early because, well, lackey's horse is always a thing, but later on, you're going to have your champion in play. I don't think I'm too bothered about the students, although probably one at some point is worth getting. A little bit of thinning goes a long way. Which one is Order of Astrologers again? Right, you may pick one card per favor. So you get a top deck your Traveler, which is, I guess, nice. And then later your draw. So yeah, one student's probably good. One student's probably good. You trash a copper. Of course you trash a copper. And then you put this on top, you play this. You play the student again to trash an estate, I think. This is what your villagers are for. Oh, you're rotating past the conjurers. Okay. You take another lackeys. Yeah. Yeah, I like how this is getting played. I like it a lot. If you're lemon spawn here, what do you do? I don't know. Lemon's pawn looks really far behind somehow. Moves to the lich. Okay. Not really sure that the lich is doing much for you. I guess maybe you don't want the thing to go on the other. Just keep getting lackeys. Shut out of trashing. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure that getting shut out of trashing is the worst thing ever. There's tons of draw. I mean, I'd like to have trashing, but there's tons of draw. Whoa, whoa. Why did we horse that? I don't understand why we horsed the Inventor. I guess we get... I guess this is why. I guess this is why. I guess this is why. Okay. I mean, lots of sheepdogs is where I want to be more than lots of... Why do you have two... I really don't like getting two students. Um, I mean, I guess you can horse one, but I don't really want to horse one. Um, so you stick an estate on top here if you're lemon, or you don't use the thing at all. But I guess you stick an estate on top. It's actually really annoying. By warrior here. I guess you could stick a silver on top if you don't really want so many of those. What? Oh. Oh. There's only one thing. Okay. I assume it's the order you click the cards. I haven't ever done this, so I wasn't thinking about spending two favors. I mean, conjurer looks good because it's, you know, kind of like Inventor, but doesn't take up hand space, which is nice. You can always take sheepdogs and stuff, whatever. Really? Why would it be random? I would think that the first you would click would go on bottom as well. Well, would go on top, and then you click the other, and it also goes on top. I don't know. Um, yeah, I'd want to trash a state, invent a conjurer, and buy an inventor here, I think. Well, you just always just invent lackeys if you really need villagers. What's wrong with? I don't understand. I mean, this is fine, I guess, but I want to get my inventor stuff going, I think. Anyway, not much point now in worrying about it too much. Yeah, the lackeys seems necessary for Lemon, and drawing further seems good. Topher seems very far ahead, but yeah, I'm not sure. So Lich looks like the worst one of this pile to me, although maybe you get one right at the end. Uh-huh. Okay. If you play lackeys now, play it normal. Invent. You don't have. So we probably invent lackeys here, yeah. So if you didn't return the student, you could. Lich is not something you want, right? You take a gold here. You'd rather not have to take anything. The money is not going to be a problem for you, but you take the gold and you're fine. And now I want an inventor. A lot more so than I want. Well, I mean, I guess you could take another lackeys and maybe it's safer securing your lead. Stu takes the student back. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So, do you spend the villager here? Okay. Does get to... So I think if you're Lemon here, what you want to do is butterfly this lackeys into a sheepdog. See, yeah, I wanted to. Well, you could do it here though. You could butterfly. Ah, butterfly. No. And now, ugh. Now you're gonna draw your dead. Not gonna. So now you just stop, or yeah, I'd probably stop and buy. Okay. Is gonna spend the last villager here, but I don't think you want to draw. I don't think you want to. Maybe you draw. I don't think you draw. Whoa, which seems awful to me. Now you're gonna have to horse this lackeys. Wait, you're playing that? You're not butterflying it? I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, this makes some sense. Goes for sheepdogs, not inventors. It's probably still fine, right? You put a draw card on top. You have to horse here, and now you can play the champion. Why would you take lackeys there over sheepdog? Now draw, 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 draw. Don't play the lich. You can't pile this turn, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how many instances of draw you have. Wait, what are we doing? Why do we have this lich? And why are we playing the student? It seems so bad. Play the conjurer, gain another conjurer, buy another. Oh, wait. Why are we playing the student and not rotating? Holy shnikes. Take a conjurer. Well, is this game over? So you gain inventors, you draw. You gain inventors, you draw. You gain inventors, you draw. You gain conjurers, you draw. You conjure. not winning this turn. So you might as well draw now. And then you want to gain more gainers and keep drawing and eventually score a bunch of points this turn and need that to... I mean, you needed to get more gainers. By the time you get champion down, what you want is your deck to be as close to only gainers and draw as possible. But like thinning this extra stuff doesn't really help that much. I don't know that it's a very good use of your draw, and your draw is limited. It's probably fine. But like I definitely want to gain conjurer inventor here. So this is going to be, yeah, third province. I'm not sure. So you just stick draw cards on top. I am not sure that Lemon can't win here. I don't think he can, but I'm not sure. How much draw there is. How much? Yeah, I don't think he can. Right? What is his deck? His deck, I mean, we could figure out what's in the trash. His deck has the 1 silver, these 2 coppers, a 1 estate. It's actually not that many stop cards. He has favors to top deck more draw. 3 more gainers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to probably butterfly this for Inventor. The student. This isn't enough gains. Right? We could have 5. So you could have 1 more here. Yes, yes. Yeah, there was a win there. What you needed to do was play all the inventors earlier, so you butterfly the student for an inventor, play all your inventors earlier on, so that way your conjurers... Wait. Because then you're spending more... Yeah, you're spending more inventors on inventors, but that's fine. You're still going to get enough provinces. You get 5 provinces, and that's the thing that matters. Yeah, yeah. It should work, I'm pretty sure. I think you have to buy one, but it should work. Anyway, yeah, this wins real easily. I think I'm going to leave the video at this. I'm pretty sure there was a win for Lemon there on that last turn. Regardless, yeah, there were a lot of optimizations to be had. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone.